on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. A good friend has joined us in the studio. He is our rabbi, our go-to guy for Jewish things. Rabbi Yossi Hecht is in the studio from the Chabad Lubavitch Jewish Center of Marion County. Passover begins at sundown today, and he's very, very busy. I invited him to do fun with Joe with us today because Joe's not here and Dan's not here, and
nope,
but he can't because it's very, very busy over at the
Well, we'll need to take a rain check sometime.
At the temple. One day you'll
We'll take a rain check and we'll do it one day.
How are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you?
Do I say Happy Passover? Is that
You can say Happy Passover, yeah.
It's 8 days, right? 8 days long or 8 nights?
Yep, that's right.
It's like Hanukkah, 8 days.
All the way until next Saturday night.
That's awesome. Is it a more holy time than Hanukkah is, or about the same?
Well, it's different. Hanukkah is a holiday that is just for the candle lighting, mostly in the evening time, although we celebrate it throughout the day, and it doesn't have certain of the restrictions that Passover does. Passover goes along with many of the biblical restrictions that do not allow us to do work on that day and do not allow us to do anything worldly during that time, whereas Hanukkah, that's only restricted to the candle lighting time.
Oh, okay.
So Hanukkah is more of a universal holiday in that sense.
But Passover, please educate us on this one, but I've always thought Passover was when Jewish people remembered that they were slaves at one time. That seems to be a more important, not that it's more important than a miracle of keeping a candle lit, but I mean, having your freedom finally, that's something to celebrate.
Well, Passover is the beginning of our story. Passover is the making of a people, the making of a nation. It's God taking a people who were enslaved and saying that now you're free. That's why Passover is so important. As a matter of fact, we are supposed to remember Passover, the story of the Exodus, every single day. We're supposed to mention it and talk about it every single day because the story of Exodus is not only a one-time story, but it's a story that happens constantly in our lives. It's a story that we all experience to a certain level every single day. We're all confined and limited to something within our lives. We all have something that is holding it back. We all have something that we're enslaved to, whatever that may be.
I like that.
And we constantly have to be leaving Egypt. And so we do have one day a year that helps us remember that and reminds us, that we're not only remembering it, but we're actually experiencing it. We're actually living it. We actually are eating foods that help us experience leaving Egypt. We're actually doing traditions that are part of this experience. We drink cups of wine, and then together with that, we also eat things which remind us of slavery, such as eating bitter herbs, which remind us of slavery, such as dipping in salt water, which reminds us of tears. Another food known as the haroset, which reminds us of the brick and mortar. So we have this dichotomy where we remember both, and we remember what it means to be a slave, and we also remember what it means to be free. And on Passover, we try and do both, but we're not only remembering it as we do every day, but we're actually experiencing that.
Wow, it gets more meaning to the food part of it, because a lot of times when we have food as part of a holiday, we don't always make the connection. Why is this food associated with this holiday? In this case, there's real reasons.
Yeah. Well, that's why we are constantly asking questions on the night of Passover, and of course, the most famous question: why is this night different than all other nights? and we want our children to ask questions, and we want it to be something that is interactive and something that we want to learn about and know, and that includes all the foods. And most of the questions that we ask by the Seder are questions about the foods, about what are we eating, why are we eating this, why normally we eat bread and tonight we're eating matzah, which is like a flat cracker. Why do we eat such strange things? Why do we do such strange things? And this is in order to engage the children to ask why. And in Judaism, we're not afraid of why, as long as you're willing to accept that there are answers, and sometimes we don't know the answers to everything.
I've been to 2 Seders in my life. Both. I'm not Jewish, but I was invited to them by friends.
In New York?
Yep. Yeah, both in New York.
I didn't think Ocala. There's not that many.
Wait a minute!
Seders
I went to no. I did go to one, so I've been to 3 then. Oh gosh, yes. Remember at Park Place, there was a lady, and she wanted to have a Seder. This was an assisted living facility.
Oh, okay.
And I attended that one. I was the activities director. So,
so you were running that Seder?
No, I didn't run it. No, I think. Oh gosh, a rabbi came in. I don't remember who came in, but a rabbi came in. It might have been Sam Berman. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, just for the lady.
Yeah, do you remember the lady? Oh gosh, Robin. She was the activities director for the other side of the building.
Yes.
Well, anyway, she's the one who actually set it up. And
Wonderful.
I was actually by of assisted living facility, and some of them do try and give to some of the some of the holiday experiences to the Jewish people there, and I'm not able to run the Seder, but I do try and give some matzah or whatever it is that they may need.
It might be something you could maybe look at. Let me tell you this: Robin and I have Havra Nagila as part of our repertoire when we play song. We play it, and they all know it. And when you play it, guess what? Somebody who's Jewish suddenly feels comfortable about saying, I'm Jewish. And I appreciate the fact that you played that song. And I wish we would do more stuff here that would remember some of us who are Jewish in here. Right?
That's absolutely true. And music can do a lot. And I know that you guys are very into music, and you're always playing. And music can really change people and inspire people. Maybe you should add some more Jewish songs to it.
Which ones? What would you recommend?
Well, there's a famous song that for Passover, the Dayenu song.
How do you spell it? Dayenu?
Dayenu.
D-I?
Probably D-A-Y.
E-N-U?
E-A-N-U, yeah, Dayenu.
Okay, I'm going to look that up. What key is it in, do you know?
You got me there.
When you're talking about Exodus, it might not be a physical Exodus, but it might be the emotional Exodus inside a person that you help them with to release whatever is troubling them.
Exactly, and this is a message that I always give to people, especially when I'm asked to work with people who are found in particular challenges, or people who have addictions or other type of issues that they're facing. The message of Egypt, of leaving Egypt, of leaving slavery, is a very powerful message that we always have the ability to grow out of that which we are confined by.
That's a wonderful message.
If we want to and are willing to. And that's essentially what Passover is about. It's not only about a 3,000-year-old story, but it's about a constant story in our lives.
Absolutely, yeah. That you don't have to be Jewish to embrace that story. I mean, that's a story for all of humanity.
Absolutely, and it is for all of humanity. And this is what we try and show, that many of these messages are for all people to understand and recognize.
All right, we're going to take a break, and guess what music I'm taking us out with?
All right.
Dayenu.
There we go.
This is the Maccabees. Do you know the Maccabees?
Oh, yeah. The Maccabees are terrific.
Here we go.
Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Dayenu, Dayenu. Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Ilu, ilu, koralanu, koralanu, etayam. Koralanu, etayam. Dayenu. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. dayenu. Ilu ilu echilanu etaman, echilanu etaman dayenu. Dayenu, 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 dayenu. Hey! 2, 3, 4. Ilu ilu natan lanu et hashavat natan lanu dayenu.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Friday, some sun, then increasing clouds, a shower and heavy thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high Friday 80 to 84. Later Friday night, some clearing, lows 63 in a few inland spots, upper 60s along the coast. For Saturday, partly sunny, just a slight chance of a shower, high 82 to 86. Sunday, mostly sunny, high 80 on the coast, 88 well inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Wow, man, you have a computer?
Yes, and I'm looking at villages1.com. They have a ton of information for the Villages resident.
Wow, they have information by the ton? I only need a couple ounces, man.
Movies, schedule, doctors, local attractions, even a section called Who You Gonna Call for plumbers and painters and stuff like that. These guys own cyberspace.
Wow, man, they own it? What's cyberspace?
That's where they packaged 50,000 pages of information for the Village residents.
Wow, they package it? Where?
Villages1.com.
Where, man?
Villages1.com.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Good credits, bad credits, it's none of our business because we're an auto dealer. We're not a bank. Not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
That's a pretty version. I like the both of them. I like the other one and this one.
See, that's what's beautiful about it. You can sing it in so many different ways, and you still got the same song, right?
Yeah. So will you be singing this one tonight?
Of course. You can't go Passover without the Dayenu song.
Well, I didn't know that. See, we learned something today, Robert.
See, there you go.
Did you hear a dog barking there?
I did.
They must have recorded this in the living room.
Maybe they were celebrating the Passover with the dog there, right?
So you have an event tonight.
We have an event tonight. We have Passover Community Seder tonight, and that we're doing in the Weber Center, and they're always very gracious to help us out. Which is of course in the College of Central Florida, and then tomorrow, and that's at 7:30 tonight, and then tomorrow we have a children's Seder at 5:30 for those who have children that can't stay up that late. At 5:30 we have a Seder at the Chabad Center, which is located near the college, but in our own facility.
And what is the difference for the Seder for children and the Seder for the adults that'll be tonight? Is there a difference?
Well, the Seder for adults will be a more of a hardcore Seder, I guess, if you will. We'll go through all the readings and all the traditions. The children's Seder will be a little bit lighter. Will be a little bit of a shorter version. We'll have sort of some arts and crafts and things for the kids to do. So It won't be a full-on Seder.
Mm-hmm. And tonight, when you do the readings, will they be in Hebrew or will they be in English, or
how
does that work?
We try and do a lot of it in English so that people should understand them. We also do a lot of it in Hebrew, so that this way we keep the tradition. We also our books that we use here are completely translated. And we sing a lot of the traditional songs, and we eat many of the traditional foods, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
No, it is a lot of fun. The program that Robin handed me for the community Passover Seder, this is like a program, isn't it, for the one event? Is that tonight? Yeah, 7:30, right?
Yeah.
And your wife participates as well?
Of course, everyone comes. The whole family comes.
But I mean, as far as it says, led by Rabbi Yossi and.
Well, she helps out and she gets involved and she helps prepare everything, and of course, making sure that everything is there, making sure that everyone is taken care of, and she definitely is involved. We also have a tradition that at the end of Passover, we have another sort of Seder called what we call the Feast of Redemption, which we celebrate our future redemption from our current exile, where we hope that our temple will be rebuilt and we'll go back to Jerusalem, and that's going to be next Saturday at 7:15 p.m.
Okay.
In addition, I should point out that this is a special year known as a Hakel year, which is a year of gathering, and every year which follows the sabbatical year, which follows the known as the Shemitah year, the sabbatical year. The following year is known as a year of Hakel, year of gathering, and we try to take as many opportunities as we can to gather together and to bring people together, and even recognizing that we're very diverse and we're very different, and there are many different types of people, but that we could still come together no matter how different we are. And so I would encourage even those who are not coming to a Seder here specifically, or even those who are not Jewish, to try and take an opportunity to gather together, to celebrate, to spend time together with family, with friends, because sometimes just coming together, even if it's for no reason, already has a great impact on us. And could really have a good effect.
That's what I say. I always, the social medium, right?
Yeah.
Should be the social large. We should be getting together in real life,
not the social media.
Yeah, not social media,
Right,
social
right.
medium. Yes, we should be getting. I mean, you know how we get together always on computers and stuff like that nowadays, and so we like getting together apparently because we're all doing it.
Right. We all got friends on Facebook, right?
But why don't we do it the
no
old-fashioned
friends in
way? Get together and get to learn something about somebody else's culture, and yeah.
But you have that camaraderie because you, Rabbi, are always doing something for the community, no matter what it is. If there's a person in need, you're there to give them a hand up for something, and it doesn't matter to you. If you see somebody that's needy, you always help. And you include the community in all of your events all year long.
Well, it's important to try and educate people, let people know. Many times, the only barrier between one person and another is simply education. The people don't know.
That's it.
And
That's
we have all types of traditions in our Jewish faith, and I recognize that many people simply don't know what we do and why we do, and why we dress in certain ways and why we eat certain things, and they may not know that Judaism is more than just lox and bagels.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Bagels are good.
All the lox and bagels, if they're New York, they're very, very good.
Not lox. Lox are no good. Bagels are good. Gefilte fish is no good. I already know which Jewish food I like and which I don't like.
There we go. All right, so gefilte fish is out.
Oh, gosh. I don't know how you eat that.
Well, no, we learned something. and we have learned things from
I won't
you.
serve you when you come. We'll give you something better.
But we have learned something from you about the matzah over the years.
That's right.
How there's certain kinds of matzah that you use and other kinds you don't.
That's right. And what I actually have here is what's known as shmura matzah. Shmura means guarded. And this is specially guarded matzah from the time that the wheat is cut making sure that that won't come in contact with any water, because the moment that wheat comes in contact with water or flour comes in contact with water, it begins to turn into a dough, which eventually starts to rise. And we don't want that should rise at all from the time that it's cut. And so therefore, that's especially guarded. And then it is made by hand as opposed to by machine. The matzah that you buy in public, the square matzah, most of that is made by machine, where this is actually made by hand. And from the time that the water and flour, which are the only two ingredients of matzah, from the time that the two are mixed together and turned into a dough, there is 18 minutes, within 18 minutes, that it needs to be completely baked. And otherwise, after 18 minutes, it will begin to rise.
Oh.
So we're very careful that
Really?
it's done through a very, very careful process, and it's done very, very meticulously.
So is that by order of God? I mean, did God actually say that's the way we should do it? Or is that something that a rabbi said, this is a better idea?
Well, God, it would sound like it, right? Well, God says, do not eat leavened bread. And the fact is that...
Ever?
No, on Passover.
Oh,
only.
it's just on Passover.
On Passover,
Okay.
do not eat anything leavened on Passover. And allowing that to rise turns it into something leavened.
Okay. Gotcha.
This is just basic physics about
Is a bagel considered? A bagel is considered leavened bread, right?
Yes, and anything that's bread is considered leaven.
You want to take a phone call?
Okay, we'll take a phone call.
Good morning. You're on the air with Rabbi Yossi Hecht.
Yes, good morning, sir. See, I know in past times that you've been on the radio, you've talked about traveling to Israel, Bethlehem, and whatever, and I know you're not the travel agent, and I'd like to have your opinion on what would be the best time of the year to visit Israel.
And any time of the year is good for Israel, but if you want to have a very special experience, I would go during one of the holidays. Passover could be one of them. The holiday of Sukkot, where you will see the sukkahs, the huts throughout the entire land, is a beautiful time. The holiday of Purim, when you'll see people dressed throughout the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, is a beautiful time. But of course, any time, Israel is so rich with so much. There's always what you'll find there.
You're more likely you traveled by air. I don't imagine there's any direct travel other than maybe from New York to Israel. Would that be correct?
If you want to go from here, you would have to fly to either New York, or you'll be able to go from Orlando to another country in Europe, which will then take you on to Israel. But from Florida, I don't believe there are any direct flights that you can get.
Not even Miami?
I think that they used to have from Atlanta if you would take Delta, but I don't know that they have that anymore. I would need to look into that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let us know how it goes.
All right, good luck on your trip to Israel. Definitely should go. It's
I would like to go, too.
Best place in the world.
Is it? You like it?
I would like to go myself.
Does it snow there in winter?
It does sometimes.
It does?
Yeah, there's snow. And especially in some of the northern parts of Israel, it could be a pretty rough winter.
Now, where did you actually live when you were there?
When I was there, I lived in the city of Tzfat, or Safed in English, which is known as the mystical city, and that's in the north and a little bit above the Galilee. It's closer to like the Golan Heights and that area.
Did being there enhance whatever you feel that made you become a rabbi? Did it enhance that?
Well, it always just being in Israel already has an effect on you, and the very land of Israel, it says makes you wiser, makes you brighter. And it's really just once you step off that plane, it's like you're in a different world.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
have a great
We love you being here.
Passover. Yeah, we learned so much from you.
And I also want to add that if anybody does need shmura matzah, the special handmade round matzah, to please let us know. And we do have some available, even if you're making your own seder, or even if you're not making a seder at all, at least you could have some matzah for Passover.
So call the temple. What is the phone number over there?
291-2218, or jewishmarian.org is our website.
All right. What was the song called? Dayenu.
Dayenu.
We're going to leave with Dayenu.
All right, Dayenu.
The Maccabees.
Dayenu means enough. So
we've had enough of an interview.
Enough. There we go.
Enough of an interview.
All right, and happy Passover to everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Ilu, ilu, echilanu, echilanu, etamana.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Friday, some sun, then increasing clouds, a shower and heavy thunderstorm around.